Welcome to another episode of the HBC Podcast. I'm your host, Julio Torres, and I have I would say, long-time friend and fellow hunter and trapper. Do I think I address you right? He's a YouTuber with a big following on YouTube. You can find him on YouTube as the Iguana Man. And he posts nearly, probably twice a week, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And his name is the Iguana Man.
Yeah. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me, man. Doing the iguana removal, doing some hunting, and just making some content and spread some education. That's really what we're doing over here, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. Just real quick, give me a rundown on how do you started, like hunting iguanas and trapping and
Okay.
when was your basically your genesis? Where do you start it?
Well, so I'd say like around 2015, we were into a lot of fishing and took of some family from Trinidad out fishing. We seen some pretty big iguanas, I'd say big ones. And my uncle, he actually showed me how to catch them alive with the lasso, putting it around their head. And it was definitely an eye opener. It was really cool seeing it. And then he showed me the ways, and I went to try it by myself. And that's kind of how I got started into it a little bit,
Okay. But at the same time that you just started like trapping and removing iguanas, did you start a YouTube channel, or that was kind of like later on as you progress?
Well, my dream was to have a fishing channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, was to have a fishing show. Growing up, me and my brother would always watch stuff like that. So
right.
That was the first dream. But when we started catching iguanas, we realized that iguana hunting, fishing, they're two different, but there's some similarities to them. So we kind of just stuck with the iguanas after seeing a lot of success.
Right.
And stuff like that. We just kept with it.
You kept with it? Okay. Yeah, I seen in social media, is like when you post like every, twice a week and whenever, I see a lot of people engage in the process of trapping iguanas. Because so many people, they have not seen the devastations of the iguana can do if you let them roam on their own and not keep in check on their population.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't realize. Some people do, because they live here and they see it. Some people out of state, they don't realize how devastated they can be.
Now, you got to remember one thing about iguanas, dude. You're absolutely right. The number one damage that iguanas cause here in Florida, for sure, is digging. Digging. So we'll have, instances where we get called out to remove iguanas. These guys are on top of the roofs in the cracks and crevices in there, digging holes, just to probably hide, but also around like gardens, foundations of homes, roads. Right now, they're actually all digging right now because it's egg season. They're trying to lay.
Right.
So a lot of people don't realize that iguanas do cause a lot of damage by the holes they dig. Like, they can compromise your foundation of numerous things, and they could lay eggs, and then they just keep going. So,
yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's big quantifiable, like probably in the billions of dollars a year, if you don't keep the population in check.
For sure.
And how is the sometimes law enforcement is being called because a neighbor calling you like, hey, I got this guy in my yard, or in the HOA area. How do you handle those situations? I've seen some of your videos that people, they call on you and whatnot. How do you handle the situation? I guess I'm pretty much the cops already know you there.
Yeah.
And they just...
Well, you gotta everything. You just gotta have all your ducks in order. You gotta make sure what you're doing is legit. You gotta have permission to be there, and also, you gotta make sure that you're able to use the proper tools, like in the certain areas. Sometimes, we'll go to areas, everywhere that you see us at, we have permission, authority to be over there, but sometimes there'll be residents that, either don't know what's going on, or, a little bit, they see, we're doing trapping and removal, so they can get into their, feeling sympathetic to the animals, which, I do understand, but, like I was just saying, you got to understand the damage caused by these iguanas and the reason why we're out there in the first place,
Right.
So.
Right. It is a necessity. As you know, we hunt before in Puerto Rico, and we have a lot of success. And you saw in firsthand how many we basically harvest,
Yeah.
like in hours. And people don't realize it's a big issue here in Florida, so down in Puerto Rico as well. And what is your next steps? Like what's coming up for you in the near future about traveling or doing collab with other YouTubers?
Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is, I've been going for like the last like 5 years straight, pretty hard. So the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be taking, kind of a break off.
Right.
Basically resting up a little bit. I've been getting new calls every day, numerous calls. So I'm going to be starting a new schedule, and I'm going to be basically, the old jobs are basically closed out. We're going to be starting a new chapter with the new jobs. And the good news is where we did eradication at the old jobs, significant results, a lot less iguanas, a lot less damage, and a lot more happier residents. So
that's great. I mean, so you're gonna move to another location to start trapping?
No, I'm still gonna go to my jobs. It's just right now I'm acquiring new jobs.
Nice.
So right now I'm just, for me, it's all about planning. It's all about scheduling. And, when we're out hunting, as you've seen, we're just trying to be efficient as possible,
Right.
Trying to do the most we can. So, there's nothing major in the works for me right now. I might be going to Puerto Rico for like 2 weeks, maybe next week or two.
Nice.
But other than that, it's just going to be straight back into it,
Right.
Just scheduling the new jobs, getting out there and just doing it. That's it.
That's good. So do you now you and CJ are pretty busy here in the Florida area, and I was kind of wondering myself, do you guys do tours for tourists, like hunting? You take people to hunt it? Do you not?
Yeah, so
because we saw a lot of guys here that do that, like in boats, rivers, and whatnot. Do you do that, or you just?
I offer it, but we're gonna just keep it at like maybe 5 a month.
Okay, because
5 slots a month.
Because the workload that you have and everything.
Right. So I wouldn't want to, five a month, and that would basically be like, once
a week.
Once a week, basically.
Right.
Can have dedicated to that. But
that's pretty good.
As you know, the workload is crazy, so we want to make sure that we're always on top of that, and we want to make sure, we don't get behind on that. But like I said, 5 a month.
That's a lot.
That's still good, But we were doing. I was doing like maybe 2 to 4 a week.
Yeah.
Last couple.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously that slowed down a little bit,
right.
And now I kind of realized like once a week, one a week is like the magic number for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they'll be available, just limited slots, and just as it's available.
Yeah, I feel you, because I was doing it in Puerto Rico with Abner, as you know, with the Puerto Rico Extreme Outdoors, and sometimes we have 4 or 5 a week, and that was hectic, because it was crazy. I mean, I got the guide tours at once, and then I had my other business, which was harvesting iguanas and selling them, and it's not easy. It's a hard job to do. If you guys seen it and you guys kind of like curious about the iguana hunting, I suggest you to watch his channel. He's very knowledgeable. He know what he's doing. I mean, he got different methods that he use. They're very effective and proven being effective, and basically bringing happy customers, removing those iguanas out of their properties. Because I mean, they can destroy the whole house, the foundation, which can cost the homeowner thousands of dollars to get repaired. And I mean, now it is like in Puerto Rico season, the mating season.
In Puerto Rico now.
Yeah, they're laying their eggs, they're digging in the channels, and it's not easy. The job is not easy.
And most of the stuff, like, this all, for me, started off as a hobby, and it still is a hobby. I never look at this as work, but, it kind of transitioned into, like, a side business or business, from the hobby. But, no, what you're saying, about, that's how everything started, the hobby, but then, people...
Kind of evolve.
Yeah, people needed help catching them, and, people saw my video, so they reached out. And I was able to help a lot of people,
That's good.
So, but, at the end of the day, like, I just do whatever I can. I'm just one person, so I go out there, I help out. And most of the stuff that we've done already, like I said, great results. You go there, it used to be like Jurassic Park. Now there might be 2 or 3, I don't know. But
hey, I seen those videos, and when you say Jurassic Park, you probably like you're underestimating his comment. Like when he said Jurassic Park, it is behemoth. I mean, when he talking about
Yeah.
7-footers, 6-footers,
Yeah.
like males, just like owning the place.
You see these iguanas, and it's like sometimes I'm thinking in my head, like, is this real? Is like what I'm seeing is real? You know?
Right.
Because you go to other parts, you just don't see stuff like that. You don't see the amount and size.
You probably see the sizes are so
I'm thinking
small.
like, are these, you know, like it's like I was even like making a joke. I'm like, yo, this looks like it's like computer generated. Like how many iguanas are here? You know, like,
Right.
It doesn't even look like it's a real thing, but it's
It is
real,
bad.
you know?
I mean, I was driving here and I was seeing a few on the grass. They're just chilling. They're just out here in the grass, and sometimes you find as many 10 out here in the middle of the day, just basically sunbathing and having a good old time until the iguana man show up and it's in the night and they need to go. And I really appreciate your time. I know you're real busy, and I appreciate you coming to the little short podcast that we had today. If you want to see the videos that he did back in almost 3 years ago in Puerto Rico, I will leave the links down below to his channels on those videos that we already talked about. I'm up here on those videos. I probably look younger back then. I'm just getting older by the day. But I'm happy that you came by. I'm happy to see you again, and hopefully we'll be able to hunt. I brought my rifle, but I know you're busy, so I might have to skip it for today, and probably some other day we might hunt together here in Florida.
Yeah. Sounds good, man.
All right. Hey, can you tell my audience how they can find you? Handles on YouTube, Instagram, if you have it.
Yeah, no problem, man. So YouTube Iguana Man, Instagram Iguana Man.
You got TikTok as well, or you don't?
Nah, I don't have TikTok.
No TikTok.
Facebook Iguana Man. You know.
Oh yeah.
Raj the Iguana Man. You know, there's different names and stuff like that, but you know, you'll see a picture of me. More than likely, I'll be holding an iguana. And that's how you know. That's how you know.
That's pretty much that's how you find them. And I really appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. And for my audience, I really appreciate you spending your time here. It's really, I mean, it's an honor to have you here on my podcast. And this is it, man. It is over. All the channels will be listed down below, so you can visit his channel, subscribe to it, and also I will send shorts of these clips to you, so you can post it on your on your Instagram as well.
Sweet.
So, all right, guys. Until the next one. Bye bye.